What's up, guys? Today I had like a stunning realization, man, that you become so fucking important in life that all the little people that you knew back in like the day or whatever in high school and fucking the people that you even know right now is almost like none of that shit even matters. The people, places, and things your past becomes the past. You learn to leave the past in the past. You know, um, you learn to leave the past in the past. And it's like, yeah, I still want to fight Angelo. I still want to, you know, date girls, hang out with girls that I hung out with years ago. Um, that's not the point though. The point is like the point is basically um you become so big. You become bigger than your fucking past. You become bigger than your fucking past. You know. You become bigger than your fucking past. And that right there is like a mark of a fucking one of the marks of like a fucking important motherfucker is like when you could leave your past behind you. When you can officially say like I don't give a fuck what happened 15 years ago, 20 years ago. That's when you become like fucking you transcend who you once were and even like you realize that right now this moment is what matters. It doesn't matter what happened fucking 15 years ago, 10 years ago. Almost, even like your journey to get to where you're at today stops mattering. It still stays in your mind, just like the people that very few people that I've hurt along the way. Um, just like the very few people that I've hurt along the way, like unjustly hurt along the way, is like, you know, I've transcended who I once was to now to bring the future. The future is now, and now is what matters. You know, I've got a million hungry customers that are hungry for the best the best fucking shit. And they want the best fucking product that I could possibly provide. And I can't lie and say that I can't lie and say that I basically have always been this way, but then I really think about it now and I think about how um yeah, I've got like it is like especially we as people like we all have to find a way to leave the past in the past. Some of us get married. Like I've got most of my girlfriends from back in the day that I've hooked up with are like married and shit now, blah, blah, blah. So they're kind of off the market and stuff, if that's what you want to call it. I think like a few of them are the same types of girls that I fucking hated that when I dated that they were cheating on me and stuff. that those same girls would like cheat with me on their current boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? And is like when you learn to leave the past in the past, that's like a great day. That's like a great day for me because and don't get it twisted. Is like the past for me has always been in the past. You think like we tend to cartoonify everyone but ourselves. What if I cartoonified you and said, "Oh, if you think about me from time to time, that's you need to leave the past in the past, buddy. You need to leave the past in the past." Well, we all like relate with our fucking past, you know. All I know is I had to reinvent myself at the age of like 19. That like, and my goal is just to keep on getting better. You know, I just want to keep on getting better. Is like when I became a fucking adult, is like that's when everything fucking changed, you know. But I never had quite had to. Well, yeah, when I became a fucking superstar, I haven't always been a fucking superstar, you know. I'm like a fucking rock star. You know, I have all my own shit. I have like money and no job, but I own a business. And fucking, not that it's even any of anyone's business, it's just like I've become too fucking goddamn, and I have a kid. I've become too fucking goddamn important to I've become too fucking goddamn important to like consider my past as like really like fucking matters. Is not that it doesn't matter. It's all a part of my story. It's all a part of my history. It's all a part of my journey. But it's almost like I have to leave the past. I have to leave the past completely behind and say like, you know, fucking the only thing that matters to me is this moment right now and how I can change and shape the world into a better fucking place. And to obviously make my life fucking better. Guys, is like, and then at the same time you have to succeed despite the people who wish that you fail. Even though some people, if you ever fucked them over, can't say, they don't take sorry for an answer, and some people that fucked you over can't say sorry. Is like, that's the story with Angelo. Is all I want him to do is fucking say sorry and like give. It's not even about the money, but I want my fucking money back. You know, $100, I could wipe my ass with $1 million right now and never even feel it. You know what I'm saying? It's the fucking principle of the thing. You know, that's the only thing that's gonna stop me from beating his fucking ass. One of these fucking days. I want a sorry and my money back. He stole money from me, but he wouldn't fight me. So, who is the fucking man? He's a fucking weasel, is what he is. He's a fucking weasel. But I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm thinking about, like how I could shape reality right now. So I just want you guys to witness this moment in the history of me, Michael Most, or Moust, or whatever you want to call me. Everyone calls me fucking Michael Moust. And my name is Michael Most. I mean, is like, my whole life is like fucking historic. So, I'm going to be like fucking perhaps like the greatest of all time or something like that. I'm like pretty fucking goddamn sure of that. Is like my eternal prize is I'm the fucking greatest ever, forever, and and pretty much, or close enough, is like yeah, I mean, in terms of the is like this is like a historic moment perhaps in the history of man. This video, or this moment in my life, is like a historic moment in the history of, humanity, perhaps, where I learned to stop. Not that the past doesn't matter, but to stop thinking so much about the past and put my future in front of me and leave the past behind. To put my future in front of me and to leave the past behind. You know what I'm saying? And just to work as hard as possible and apply my own goddamn principles, of basically like time plus emphasis and energy and care and want equals results. Like God finally blessed me with a YouTube channel that generates a lot of views and shit. I've gotten like 9.3 thousand views in the past 30 days on my YouTube channel, which is like some crazy fucking shit. And is like I don't feel like the king that I am. I feel more like all I've done is like I get depressed a lot. I'm in a constant state of like fucking depression, and it sucks and everything, but is oh shit. Is like it's I have to probably gonna shit, my whole body is fucking killing me, bro. I took like 2 weeks off the gym. I'm back in the gym this year after 8 years off, and I've been working out like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a fucking day for the past like couple months. And I took 2 weeks off, and because my shoulders were fucking killing me. Like I had like hurt my shoulders, but to leave the past behind and to put the future in front of me, and also to realize that pretty much the future, You know, like Steve Jobs says, the future doesn't exist yet. The future, we could alter it and is malleable. And if you know, if you want, you can kind of almost like create the circumstances that you want. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and I'm trying to build like I'm not trying to build like a fucking empire or anything, if that's what you want to call it, empire, right? Empire. Well, if you think that you and your 3 bedroom house is like a fucking empire, like a $1 million empire is like a fucking empire, then my currently is 470, or I currently possess, is I still have ownership of about 300 million of my empire. And you know, that means that my empire is way bigger. But I don't call it a fucking empire. I call my shit is like a fucking dynasty. You know, I'm in the business of creating like a fucking dynasty. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I'm gonna live my fucking life, is in my fucking dynasty. But you know, and ain't nobody gonna take it from me. And I put in a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice to get here. Can't nobody fucking take it from me. You know, God will not let that happen. You know, God will not let that happen. You could buy shares of my company, but you can't like, this is the gift that God gave me, right? Is like, I'm confident that that you know, is one thing is you could technically take, if you on paper, if it's all black and white, you could, if I lost everything right now, I would just do my little fucking thing again and do it again. You know what I'm saying? Because I own is in my government name. Everything is like, it's fucking unbelievable for me, because is like, some people, a lot of rich people worry about like losing their money. I've heard horror stories about like rich people, people that work, you know, to make a couple $1,000,000, and that they lose everything because some fucking faggot, some asshole like steals their shit. Is like, you know, I think like a lot of times, like, that's what happens if you don't value what you have, you know. That's why we got to work hard, so that the moment someone tries to get their little fucking nigger mitts on your fucking shit, you know, you basically fucking kill them. You kill them. And and anyways, guys, I got to get back to my coding course, man. Today marks really like the first day of like, today really marks like the first day of like the rest of my life right here, where fucking I commit and stay committed, and I never really lost commitment. I just stopped working so goddamn hard for a little while. Is like such a, as I was doing such a thing as going with the flow, as a such thing is called going with the flow, but in the right direction, you know, going with the flow, but in the direction of like actual success, but still like going with the flow, you know. Does that make any fucking sense? No, it doesn't, because it takes discipline to be successful. And going with the flow is for fucking losers, you know. And, you know, I'm very, is like, You could take it all from me, but you'll never know what to do with it. And even if you like is fucking, I don't know, man, is like I'll just do my little fucking thing again and do it again and fucking I'll have another $500 million company in like six weeks or 6 years, you know, or 6 months. Sorry, 6 months, 6 weeks, 666, baby. Please, yes, devil, please envelop me and give me all my worldly desires because I that's what I want. God damn it, I'll do anything. And all right, guys. So pretty much, you know, I'll talk to you guys later. You know, um, if anybody needs a job, I got you. If you have kids that need jobs, tell them about me. Tell them about my company. You know, I got to do a Google search. I've been calling my company one thing, but maybe it's not even legally. Like, hold on. Yeah, bro. Like, working on my business right now, the Bank of Cryptocurrency, which I founded in 2015, and got the trademark for it officially this year. So, um, basically, you know, that's basically that's what I'm working on right now. I'm working on building a tool, a software tool, to help me with the with the with the you know with the project, and then figuring out building out the actual product is going to be a website, a mobile application. We're going to do kiosks for crypto, kind of like, you know, kiosks and ATMs, like crypto ATMs, you know, more like advanced like technology, which is going to be based off of previous technology and is going to be like a whole like fucking thing, you know. And who would have known it would have been me to do some shit like this, but you know, I'm leaving the past behind and putting the future in front of me, you know, but remembering, you know, who the fuck I am. I'm about my fucking money. I love my family, and I want to be a bodybuilder, and I want, you know, I want nothing but the best for myself and for my friends and family. I want the best for them too. And for you guys who support me, you know, I want the best for you as well. You too, you know. So I'll talk to you guys later. You know, bye bye.